I'm almost home from traveling to the Rod of Iron Freedom Festival 2020 and back. I'm stuck in a traffic jam. It's the only traffic jam that I've dealt with the entire trip, almost 1,200 miles round trip. So, was the trip worth it? Because this is the first time I've ever gone to this festival. The short answer is yes, it was. And I might go again in the future. And the reason I say might is because this year a lot of things were canceled, postponed, rescheduled, and it was difficult to go to some of the Second Amendment events that I like to go to every year or almost every year. This was kind of short notice, but I was able to get the stars to align to make it happen for just one day of the 3-day festival. And that's kind of good because that'll only be 2 Second Amendment events that I attended this year, and that's better than none, which is the way the year has seemed to have gone. I'm hoping for better next year. And since it was my first time being there, it gave me a chance to evaluate it to determine if I was willing to drive all the way out to the Poconos, which I've never been out that far into Pennsylvania before, or into that part of Pennsylvania, I should say, before. And am I willing to drive out to the Poconos for this again? If we have an issue where I can't go to some of the other events that would be my first choice, then yes. But I would recommend this to somebody if they had friends in the area and all of you wanted to meet in a centralized location. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities in the future. Overall, I wasn't disappointed with the experience. I wasn't disappointed with the festival. The most important thing was a chance to meet up with friends face-to-face in person, which is something in the Second Amendment community online, we all live far apart, or for the most part, we live far apart, different states. We have different schedules. We have different obligations in our life, and it's really difficult to get together in person. So when you do, you try to make the most of it. So it was definitely worth driving 600 miles for a day and then turning right around and driving 600 miles back home. Overall, it was kind of a small festival. It's based around the Tommy Gun Warehouse, which is, I guess, just something that Car Arms owns. There was a warehouse in the back, but it does have a storefront up in the front of the building, and the store was open. Things were for sale. I mean, they had overpriced ammo like everybody else, and they had guns for sale. They had, t-shirts and cleaning supplies and holsters, belts. I mean, just all the kinds of things you'd find in a normal gun store there. There were vendors with tents set up out there in the festival. Some of them were selling merchandise. There really wasn't a whole lot of Rod of Iron Freedom Festival type merchandise per se, but they were selling other types of merchandise, and there were food vendors there and that sort of thing. They had the traveling Vietnam Wall Memorial there. That was there. They had a lot of political stuff as far as Trump goes there. They had some tents set up where they were having seminars. They had a big stage that they were using for a concert, for seminars, and to do like a fashion show for concealed carry type clothing and purses and things like that. They had a mat set up for martial arts exhibition, and there was an open picnic area as well as a dining tent for if you wanted to sit down and eat some of the food that you bought. There was open carry there, and next time I go, that would be something I think I would do is open carry. I've open carried in Pennsylvania before. They also had a range that you had to register and you had to wait in line for the bus to take you to the range, but they provided the guns, they provided the ammo, and you got to shoot for free. So we ran out of time, didn't have time to do that, but maybe next time I might go do that first. That way we don't run out of time. Afterward, there was a fireworks display, but I didn't stick around for that. Overall, it was a really good time. I'm glad I went. I would recommend it to others if they were ever considering it. They're saying, I've never gone to this. What do you think? Would you do it again? Would you recommend I go? I would recommend you go, but try to schedule it so you can meet up with friends there. We went out into town, if that's what you want to call it, because this place is out in the middle of nowhere. We went to this kind of redneck dive bar for dinner, and overall that was pretty good. There were some issues as far as other places you could eat nearby because they were limiting seating capacity, but we went to a place where nobody else was really going, so we didn't have to wait or deal with anything else like that. So plenty of parking. They had medical personnel there in case there was an emergency. They had security personnel directing people around and just making sure everything was good to go. At no point did I feel threatened or anything else there. You know, the parking was free, admission was free. The whole thing about registering online or registering if you got there like me, because I didn't register online, it's more or less a waiver saying if you got sick, you couldn't sue them, or if something happened, you couldn't sue them. And overall, it was a friendly environment. You know, talked to some people there, and just overall a good experience. So I may end up going again another year. We're going to just see how 2021 and beyond goes. And I'm really glad I went, if I haven't said that enough times. Thanks for watching.